Hey guys, this is SoulRack333 with another review, and here again I have the Transformers Legacy Armada Universe Optimus Prime with the DNA Design DK-45 Armada Optimus Prime upgrade kit. And this upgrade kit is pretty cool. I think what I'll do, I'll show what it does and then give my thoughts on it. Now, I just noticed it that in alt mode, you actually will lose some pivoting if you attach the upgrade kit. So notice how this can go all the way to the left but not all the way to the right, and that's because the part you attach to the feet adds some height, but it also loses clearance. I really like the full range of motion, so I don't think I care for this. I didn't even notice the height was an issue, but oh well. But at least you can remove it if you don't like it. And it just clips on right there. So yes, it fills in or adds some detail, but you do lose some range and motion here. So in the alt mode, you do get this bit of detail. You have door panels, so that fills in that little gap. You have this here, which adds some height to the roof, and it actually also covers up the fists. And this is different, and then it comes with a new gun, which I guess can be like that, or can be attached to the gun that it comes with, making it a really big gun. I kind of don't care about this though. And then I guess for weapon storage, you can peg these up on the roof of the trailer. Now, take this off. Now, before I forget, I really do like how these two look together. Again, you have the G1 Optimus trailer or truck, and I kind of see the classics as his next stage of evolution, you know, to modernize Prime. And then I see the Armada Prime as the Optimus, like 300 years into the future, assuming he doesn't get killed. The upgrade kit also adds some length to the truck here, and also adds these panels. Now if you want to add the trailer, you want the panels in this position. If not, you can rotate at this hinge and peg onto the back, covering up those hands right there, and that looks nice. So basically what happens is once you extend the leg here with this center piece here, you also replace these panels and they just peg on, and that's it. Now my issue is that this doesn't seem to peg into that slot as nicely as it did here. So, I mean, it doesn't interfere with the ruling, but again, if you're paying this price, everything should fit nicely. But it does look cool. Then, to transform him, now this piece just pegs on and off. You can slide it, but I don't know, you might as well just parts form it and do that. And you unpeg. Unpeg here. I still don't like this part. I try to unpeg it without detaching this. Very good. Then hinge this downward. And separate and hinge this downward. These new door panels just hinge inward, and these little pieces just peg into that slot, and then now you got these little door hinges. Then separate these and rotate downward, unpeg. This can now unpeg and rotate upwards. Like so. So the transformation remains about the same. And separate. I guess you can just peg this back on this back. And there he is in his robot mode. And I think adding height to him, I think definitely looks cool. And that height in these new panels make me not mind the butt flap and the side skirt. Now, I don't know, it gives me a samurai feel. You still got those sticking out, but overall looks very cool. And I really do like the Classics Prime standing right next to him. Yeah, ever since getting this, I'm loving the original Classics Prime way more than when I first got him. And then there's one upgraded Optimus with another. This one has been downgraded because I had to return the set. Hopefully I'll get a new one that is complete. Look, even he's like, what the hell happened to you? Now to get him into his super mode, again I'm going to take this off and take this, bring these back up. Hinge these this way. Now these door panels stay folded in like that. Separate and rotate outward. You can go ahead and bring these down. Bring the head up. And start tabbing things together. Again, this doesn't change the transformation too much. See, I hate this. I don't know why they didn't pin this. They pinned everything else. Bring these down. Wrist around, bring these up, then these just peg down, peg together, and this can just hang downward like that around the shoulder. And this, again, you might as well turn this into a parts former. Peg onto his chest. And these side pieces now cover up the gray bits right there. And slide this in back here. Peg these over the back. And there you go. And there he is, fully combined. And not much is different. His arms are now longer because of this piece here, which is now the bicep. His chest now sticks out more, so now it just looks like he's sucking in his gut. He now has platform shoes. These shoulder pieces are now longer. One of the reasons I wanted to get this is these flaps are articulated as opposed to having this one large piece. I can't stand this. I don't understand why they couldn't just leave it like that. You know, maybe just mold this here at the crotch and then have this part of the thighs, the upper thighs, instead of this thing. But oh well. This makes it look a little bit better, especially when you're posing him. But the other thing that makes this better is you can now separate this butt flap. Doesn't seem like much, but from the front it looks a lot cleaner. And now this piece you attach here, and now you can peg it onto the back here. The only problem is in alt mode, I don't know where this goes. This doesn't go anywhere. So you have a loose piece. You know, take it back. I guess you can still keep it there and just separate it from there. Oh, but I think this looks much better. Now, here is the thing. I think I'll take this off. I was wondering why there aren't any reviews for this. There's people posting their thoughts on this when it was announced. I don't bother watching those. I saw one that said don't bother, but yeah, I don't care about what people think before the things come out. I want to see a review of the actual thing in hand. And you know, I think this waist piece is good. The butt flap having full articulated fingers, adding height or length to the arm here, which is the legs, and the standalone Optimus mode. I think those are nice. But going back to the reviews, there are no full reviews for this, and I was wondering why. I did see one, but the review was terrible. And what I mean is the quality of the reviewer. It was terrible. He didn't even bother putting all the pieces together. He was totally incoherent. I just could not stand watching this guy. I'm not going to list him, name him, but oh my god, he was totally not helpful. And the instructions did not help either. If you like this figure as is, I don't think you need the upgrade. This thing is again $50 with the shipping. Removing this piece alone was a fucking pain. You have to remove this pin from the back, right there, and I did the usual thing. Hammer, pin. So I will just, you know, Here's a pin right there. Just do this. Nothing. I grabbed a really heavy hammer. This thing barely moved. And when it finally did, it moved just millimeters. I then tried pulling it and it would not work. I just kept damaging the pin. This thing was a fucking pain. I put a block of wood and start wailing away at this thing. Nothing. I even used this pin puncher. Just tried anything. Finally, as a last resort, I use a soldering iron. And what you do, you just heat up the metal. And you gotta just trial and error. Just heat it up. And the idea is that as the metal heats up, it's softening the plastic a little bit. And hopefully you can hammer it. This thing was a pain. And the reason is you have that rough edge in the center. So this rough piece has to travel through the entire piece of plastic. Sometimes, normally this would be on either side and you just have a 50-50 chance of guessing. You know, if this is the rough side, you want to hammer it from the other and then slide it out, or vice versa. Or, you know, if you hammer it on this side and you happen to guess wrong, it's not going to do anything, so you just hammer it from the other side and try again. But with this in the middle, it was a pain. My God. So these are all the tools I use. This too. Just to get this thing out. I thought I was gonna break this thing. And if you look at the picture, use auxiliary tools to remove. Whoop. Then all of this, and then whoop. Easy peasy. Instead, it was not. So, unless you are a masochist, this upgrade set is not worth the price. And as cool as it is, now that it's together, oh man, this was not fun at all. And on top of that, as cool as these hands look, the thumbs pop off very easy. So hopefully you won't lose that. And for the weapons, you got these here. These pop off too. So they're meant to peg in here. Kind of like the original hands. guess what? Doesn't do a good job of holding it in there. And the thumb popped off again. And this popped out. So I'm tempted to just put the original hands back on. And I hate that we can see that. I think DNA Designs is starting to cut some corners here and charge extra. I mean, I went ahead and just glued these in place. So these are glued, these are glued, and these are glued. The thigh panels are actually wedged in there pretty good, so I don't have to glue those. But all the other pieces I did have to glue. This handle, very loose. Can't even hold it right. So this is a stupid thing here. And I mentioned this on this review, even though I had to send it back. When I did attempt to replace the shoulder joint here, this rotates very smoothly. The DNA Design kit was tight. I could feel how tight it was. So I don't feel confident in that. When I do get my replacement, I'm going to replace the feet and this piece and maybe this gray piece here. But I don't think I'm going to actually replace the shoulder itself. So, man, I don't know. But yeah, I'm annoyed. Well, maybe there's a reason there aren't reviews for this guy. Maybe a lot of people didn't buy it. Maybe people did buy it, and for whatever reason they want to be nice and say only positive things instead of being truthful. And maybe that's why we don't see reviews for these. I mean, Prime versus Prime, well, that British dude or Australian dude, I don't know where he's from, I didn't see him review this, and he's always reviewing things months ahead of time. So, you know, but this one dude, terrible review. He didn't even, what did he put? I think he only put the feet and these shoulder pieces. Didn't bother replacing the hands. I think he did this. Didn't replace that. Didn't even know what those panels were. I mean, how do you... Why put a review out there when you don't even know what the pieces are? Kind of tempted to do this. Give him that. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, I have mixed feelings about this. I think in the end it does improve the figure, but man, it was a pain to get to this point, and it was not fun. The price for the admission is not worth it. I think any future DNA Design kits that come out, think twice. These guys, they need to do a better job for the quality control. I don't know. Whew. Before I forget, I do like, all that said, I really do like how these two look together though. This could be Optimus Prime, Omega Prime. That's my head canon at least. I don't know. I'll mess with him, see if there's any little things I can do to improve it. I don't think I'm going to glue anything in its place. Yeah. I don't know. Bye.